Better all then.
Southeast to Hunter's Edge, north to incomparable suffering. Well then.
Say it once more. Troll toll. 4,000. Go.
Can't you count, you bloody walrus? 3 guards and 3 heads of slaves. Do you make cows pay toll too?
You fancy little titles don't mean a thing to the king. Pay per head or find another route, chicken bones.
You know as well as I, there's no other route. I'm offering fair coin for our passage here.
Hold on now. One whelp at a time. You'll pay your toll soon as I'm through knocking this lap. The fool thinks he can slip 6 warm bodies past Rumble for the price of 1, he does. Loud.
If I've said it once, I've said it more times than a troll can count. Warm bodies do not people make. We are 3 immaculates and 3 slaves, and I won't empty my pocket over chattel.
We can spare the gold after all. Better to end this
Oh, the gentle tinkling of gold. Intoxicated!
No wonder you came to my aid. I see you have an immaculate amulet, the very same as mine. The goddess does bless us with good. Hide to the village ahead and rest yourself among your kin. But do take care. Only those in possession of our holy amulets may enter, and the guards are a savage sort. Oh, they won't hesitate.
Go on, march!
Jingle, jingle, precious gold. The king will be pleased indeed. You've paid the toll. That's Hunter's Edge, chicken bones. But you ought to know that if you've joined up with these immaculate whatevers, I've wheelbarrows full of them. You must be making dead man stew over in Luculla. Oh, bring a bowl next time you pass through, do. It's been ages since I had a nice dead man stew.
The hen who shares her feed receives a greater second helping.
need to dry off. I'm dripping.
Oh there, a word of warning, wanderer, afore you continue on your merry way. See these corpses here? Be a good fellow and take them as a hint that this town isn't the pastoral little paradise it once was. Ah. Immaculates, orcs and humans both, have taken Hunter's Edge. Its villagers are now slaves in the mines to the west, or they've been bled dry of their last drop of life, reduced to mere fuel that must light the wicked candle that is bloodstone. Long as you live in the limbo between coming and going, though, why not have a look at what I have to sell? You'd be surprised to see what a scouring skeleton can gather together in a dying town. Yeah! Well, don't go round angering Immaculates if you want to keep your vitals intact. Though perhaps it won't be very long before they have a stab at one another's vitals instead. I have the feeling there's trouble brewing between the orcs and the humans in there, and who can blame them, really? Just ain't natural for 'em to consort, I say. Only good orc... Well, you know how the phrase goes. Can't say I remember who I was before the change came over me, but these days I'm a travelling trader of sorts. There's an immaculate necromancer in the village ahead. She's the one who brought me back from, well, wherever I was. She's an especially bright one, you know. Most necromancers can only revive a dead corpse into an animated one, but she manages to yank back some semblance of consciousness too. I don't remember much, but the thrill of trade certainly calls to me. Maybe I was a merchant in my former life. Who knows? These days, most undead are busy haunting Syceal or picking the way in the Lucula mines. But I keep a low profile and stay out of sight. Haven't been bothered by an immaculate yet, and I hope to keep it that way. I know the weapons of which you speak. I've even hidden away a piece of one myself. I had planned to pass it down to my son, but... Well, maybe you could make better use of it now.
Baking like a cake.
I could do with a cold drink. You can speak. You don't look like a tribesman or orc, but I suppose I can't be certain. Jinxica is my name, and until recently I lived a placid sort of life among the people of Hunter's Edge. The baker might leave me a bit of milk left over from this breakfast. The barkeep stroked my back between filling glasses. I had many friends here, but none so dear as a little trio. A married pair and their daughter, employed by the wizard to keep his home. They spent many long hours squashing fleas that plagued me and shared their warm beds with me each night. If you come to this village to help and not to harm, you might be able to save those 3 kind souls from the orcs that have invaded. Ugh, such misery in our sad...
All smashed to bits against the...
A kind but private man he is. He set up his home here several years ago, but never remained there long enough before jetting off to tend to some matter or other. The Dark Invaders seem very interested in him indeed. They've been skulking around outside the house since they arrived, but not even one of their filthy vermin can penetrate the wizard's protective enchantments. Would that an invasion were all! They destroyed every crumb of life they could find and sent their filthy rats to seek out those who evaded them. Each life they took infused their strange stones with power. Their queen glowed with delight as a parade. The human tribe came shortly after. They had their own supply of the glowing stones, and the orc queen took no easy liking to them. Still, it seems they are working towards some similar goal. They haven't destroyed one another. Yet, they've survived this carnage so far by concealing themselves most cleverly. I've done my best to guard their hiding place from the slime-bellied rats attempting to sniff them out. But I fear my efforts aren't enough. Until the village has been rid of vermin, those 3 sweet souls may be savages by savages employed. The orcs have one among them. The rat catcher, they call him, who claims to have trained rats to do his bidding. They've swarmed the place in search of hidden village. But you're not like the brutes inside those walls. No. You approached me with hand, not boot, outstretched. Perhaps they must be squashed, every last one of them. I've done my best so far, but there are simply too many for one set of claws to handle. With your help, though. Oh, that bothersome old Tom. No, he and I are hardly friendly, much less friends. I can slip through these walls as I please, but you'll need to find your own way into the village. And remember, my friend.
Source Hunter, welcome, welcome.
No, false alarm. Just a few yards of intestine.
Yes, that was a small fib on my part, I'm afraid. I'm watching on with weary eyes how the Immaculates strike again. They've gone from shedding blood among their own to recruiting orcs and cutthroats to do it for them. From what I can tell, the village of Hunter's Edge is this cult's most wretched victim.
Round here?
It was once a quiet sort of village. Families and small-time merchants mostly. Recently, it was tough. Their leader, Grutilda, is known far and wide for her cruelty and cunning. She oversaw the murder of countless villagers and used their blood to fuel a great number of bloodstones. Once they were dead, they were reanimated as undead corpses and sent to work in the mines of Lucula. By order of Leandra, the orcs were joined by a tribe of humans from the northern peaks of Tanneroth. A band of male warriors are they, and they devote allegiance to their leader, Jarl. Jarl arrived with his own formidable supply of bloodstones, which means his tribe has been operating under directions from the conduit for some time. Where once they ransacked for base pleasure and material gain, now they do it by the will of the goddess.
Ostentatious one in the way.
These are far from the blindly devoted Immaculates of Silverglen, however. The orcs and the humans here alternate between bitter fighting and hostile peace. Personally, I believe they're best exploited through their rivalry. Get them to fight each other, and you can stand on the sidelines and warm yourself upon the flames. He has a residence at the far end of town. Though I have my doubts he's having people over for tea now that the Immaculates have landed. Know that Zandalor is wily, so beware. If a wizard doesn't want you in his home, you'll know it. Pity the intruder that heedlessly tries to waltz his way into that dwelling. Nevertheless, his house is the very place you'll want to search. The accumulated knowledge stored there is quite...
I wonder what the orcs want with all this smoke. Make a chandelier, most likely. And a very ostentatious one it will be.
That's quite the valuable gift. Go on and take it then. See if I'll make any use of a gift hard given.
Feeling hot under the collar.
You there, Flatlander. Stay at your business. Come to play now the town's been taken, have you? Typical of you Flatlanders. Lucky for you, the goddess don't discriminate against cowards. Well, come quickly then. There's still townsfolk on the loose, and the chase has probably made them wild as cornered dogs. One might pop out of a bush and take an eye before you can shout your own name. Better you first check in with the higher-ups. You've got Jarl, the righteous leader of Weir the Mountain, and blood-stained Gratilda, queen dog of the giant toads. Trust me, you'll know her when you see her. Now scram, and make your introductions before word gets to them there's an intruder here.
My kingdom for a dry shirt!
Human, even the house out to the east. You can't come to work today, boss. I've got the human, and it's itching like mad. What? Free to
It's heating up.
Warm as dragon's breath.
Comrade, did you hear that? It sounds like these Immaculates are at odds with the local orc savages. We may be able to turn this to our advantage. I'll keep a sharp eye out for anything we could use to nudge these factions closer to chaos. If we can get them to destroy, nothing would please me more than seeing Hunter's Edge cleared of the...
Sodden all the way to my boot soles.
We'll see who'll end up beneath those boots.
They say humans and orcs don't get along, but I've seen a pair as...
Matilda the Queen. She is the living...
So many of these skulls are so delectably modern. I can hardly tell which one is.
I'm drenched.
Garrick was a kind sort of fellow. Always shared his lunch with the god's fairer creatures. Imagine our dismay.
Its own deliverance.
The other rats are all fleeing.
The time of your death is
to
at hand.
exterminate these pests.
Poison ought to do the trick, but I'm fresh out of cheese-flavored deadly...
Careful, comrade. I think I sense a sorcerer in yonder shadows.
You dare to do harm to my brave soldiers? Friend to filthy. Any rodent with half a mind would recognize me by the diadem encircling my kingly head. I am the king of rats, of course. The ruler and leader. Touched by madness he is. Imagine an orc believing he could train the god's most intelligent creature. I assure you, it is we who have trained him. We perform responsible for the welfare of each of my subjects, secure the wealth and glory of our kingdom by contracting a certain orc, the one who so erroneously calls himself Ratcatcher, has won our employment. He tells us what to find, and in exchange, I've nearly closed in on this particular target, a trio of stinking humans who I believe to be cowering in their cellar. But that must be the monster who's been slaughtering my men by the dozens. Kind knight, I, his rodent highness, do make a request. Remove that beast from this town. Spare my men the claw and tooth. I'd consider you a true friend if you'd oblige me. Find me in the tavern cellar if you desire a second consultation.
Clean up, clean out. What am I? A goddamn scullery maid. You may be a flatlander, but you could be of some use yet. Sneak up behind Gruntilda and stick a... You there! The armory's off limits, you hear? Take another step and you'll be looking for your teeth at the end of a rainbow. 'Cause it's a goddamn crime scene, isn't it? Our bloody bloodstones were stolen, the old bloody lot of them! Everybody's pointing their grubby little fingers at Garrick 'cause he was on guard duty at the time. Yeah, it may be a tad suspicious that now he's missing, but I'll eat pig ball soup if he had anything to do with it.
yeah, but her orders don't
I mean, just look at this shattered door. There's Orc Headbutt written all over it. But I'm done talking about this mess. Ask ya.
Nice hand of cards, that one.
Come, let's have another round before we
Warm
get
as
too
dragon's
drunk to
breath.
read the cards.
I'll win this
I'm
one. The
overheating
goddess
here.
is with me, I can feel it.
Here, keep your eyes off my cards, Flatlander. Well, why not? The looting's done. There ain't much work to go round. Grab a chair and we'll...
What a stupid thing to do.
Hey, Conduit's orders. Best not to get on her bad
I need to
side.
dry off.
You know that.
Yeah, but her orders don't cure my fever.
Just the one coin.
Oh, my augure's flame kindles at your approach. In the market for some magical artifacts and scrolls. Anything and everything left behind by vermin after we've exterminated them. And I must say, some of these roaches have mighty fine taste. The All-Mother chooses first from among the spoils, and the rest she grants to us to use or turn to profit.
Mouse return card. 3 of diamonds. What do you call that? Oh, my...
Let's see that last one.
We're waiting to fight the final
Fine, fine, I'll check
battle. Nearly nigh.
Now, let's see what we're hiding under there. Not even the old man I can pass this steel in a single blow. Let's shut your mouth and go get some wine, why don't you? Let's see those cards. Not even the old man I can pass this steel in a single blow.
Nice hand of cards, that one.
Not even the old man I can pass this steel in a single blow. Even vermin leave behind a worthy scratch too. Even vermin leave behind a worthy scratch too. Even vermin leave behind a worthy scrap or two. What do you call that, tinfoil? Oh, that's that!
Too rich for my blood. I'm full.
God, let's see those
By order of the All-Mother, huge discounts on magic balls.
This is awesome. What do you call that, tinfoil? Oh, that's that!
Let's have another round before we get too drunk to read the
Who knew vermin could harbour such useful relics? Share in the plunder.
What do you call that, tinfoil? Oh, that's that!
Who knew vermin could harbour such useful relics? Share in the plunder.
Even vermin leave behind a worthy
Seven's
scrap or
lucky
two.
number, so 7 it is.
Look, I know what drank over there. That's no reason to keep
By
it
order of the All-Mother, huge discounts on magic baubles.
Or even the old man that can pass this steel in a single blow.
Cheers.
I've already mastered this material.
Who knew vermin could harbour such useful...
I could do with a cold drink.
Brutilda doesn't tell you a thing, does she? We're waiting to fight the final battle. You there. Tell me, how's your vision? Any ailments in the liver or spleen? Lost. I'm a servant to the goddess, of course.
One of the first among her enlightened in Revelon, and certainly the most devoted. I've scoured the region for unworthy souls, and am quite efficiently cleansing the land. How much better the lost serve her as bone automatons. My expertise as a necromancer is unmatched, you know. I've a success rate as they end up with their brains a bit, well, scrambled. You can find such a fella...
Ain't they a lovely sight up there, all in a row? Sang them up myself, I did. Each of the little darlings. A sweeter sight I never... Another word about it. Only the guilty come to these gallows.
Rare's the innocent in these trying times, brother. I'll take the blood.
Condemned in this life, perhaps. But when they come to rest in my loot...
You round girl. 2 cards for everyone.
Most of them, yes. But that's far from my only order of business. Our great Queen Gratilda is no stranger. I handle all the dreaming dears when she's done with them all the same. Whether they're my little ones or... It should be an honour. Where are we to start? Paulie came first, the little rogue. A human he was, and Gratilda ordered him hanged while Yar was out on the hunt. He was the first I got to tuck in myself since coming to the... Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday. The fussy little dear didn't want to go to sleep. No, kicked and screamed. But he stopped. Oh, my little Tierlo. He was a sweet one right from the start. A thief, I think he was in his last life. But he accepted what was to come easy as pie. The guards handed him to me, limp as a doll and shivering. No, you mean? He was one of Gratilda's. After some impertinent question or other, I believe it was. Impertinent questions. A plague among we orcs they are. Well, Gratilda dispatched him, but it was I who collected the great heavy deer and strung him up here. Gratilda said he'd be a...
Much to send Gratilda over the edge, does it?
Who'd have thought the greatest threat to the Immaculates would be one of their own?
The dog looks up at you with misery. The dog hangs its head, then looks no. Hello again. Do you bring good news? Strange. I never knew those savages capable of even the most basic form of order. But this bodes well, does it not? Perhaps, if you can get rid of their king, the rats will stop their search. Leave? How can I leave my dearest friends behind? Who will protect them if not me?
Behold these skulls bereft of the lips with which they kissed.
Dunn's probably lost the bloody thing with his own arse. One side. I ain't got time for chatting till I find the damn thing. What does that matter? Quit buzzing in my ear before I... The key to the armory, of course. Hasn't that frog-skinned oaf been roaring about from here to the warehouse? Not a damn thing in all the 12 hills of hell. This idiot orc has no idea where he's lost the damn thing. So he's taken to blaming me, a passerby. It's just like an orc to save his own skin. You'd be too if you'd misplaced something of Gratilda's. I once saw her skin her own foot soldier alive for mispronouncing All Mother. And he'd only done it after she'd knocked his teeth out for sneezing in her presence. What's worse is, the coward's blaming his troubles on me, only because I happened to be passing by when he noticed his armory key was missing. I'd tell him to piss off and be on my way, but he threatened to tell Gratilda it's me who stole it. Somehow, I doubt I'll get to tell my side of things before my head was shorn clear off.
Well. Thought you could get away with it, did ya? Don't look so confused. Painting my toenails pale. I'm the almighty small. Metal. Thick.
The armory is missing. It could prove rather worth our time to find it.
Source hunter, scavenger hunter. For better or worse, our resumes are growing.
Big ugly brute making me do his dirty work. I bet his skull would make a lovely goblet for Jarl's mead.
It's no surprise a dainty thing like you can handle a bit of lust. Shall I run you a bubble bath?
Look in every cranny now! Your mother was not here, a human's been thieving from an orc.
You know damn well I wouldn't touch anything of yours with a 10-hand pole.
So it was Johnston to keep it busy just as you were waltzing through here. Your mother won't believe it for a moment.
It's all mother loves.
Risk their lives for love, would they? I'm not expected to find foolish ignorance among hardened warriors.
Take it from a hardened warrior, Sal. Once the battle's over, love's all that's left to turn to.
Dunn's probably lost the bloody thing up his own arse.
It's all mother loves. And you.
If we can survive this,
I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
Someone's there.
I haven't got a hole in my pocket, have I?
are you daft? If you keep that way through, there'll be a noose for me and a rack for you. Is that what you want?
Keep what up exactly? I was only having a bit of fun.
Soaked to the skin. Big ugly brute making me do his dirty work. I bet his skull would make a lovely goblet.
Am I gazing at the holy of souls? Or am I wrong altogether?
That's
I say soaked to the skin. Watching over the latrine.
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
Go on then.
Source Hunter. Shall I start shredding from the top or the bottom?
paid, right, Daddy? Now, the sound of... They should have paid, right, Daddy? Now they need a sound old scratching.
I think I'll go for the eyes this time.
Clever, Daddy! Clever! They should have paid, right, Daddy? Now, sound old scratching. Clever, Daddy! Clever! Clever, Daddy! Clever! Fire it up! They should have paid, right, Daddy? Now, the sound of scratching.
No grave contains me.
Wake up, Daddy! Wake up! The humans need more clubbing. Why don't you... Get out! Get out! Get out, Daddy! Stand down, Daddy! The louts will get away! Do stand down! Why don't you... Get out! Get out! Get out, Daddy!
If this battle be my last, no, I went out fighting in your name.
Wake up, Daddy! Wake up! The humans need more clubbing. Get out! Get out, Daddy!
Your enemies are my prey, Source Hunter.
Why not use it?
Seems like these trolls have been busy of late.
They must have been powerful indeed to overcome so many. Orcs and humans both.
How now, brown cow?
I don't understand why we're staying put. Silver Glen
that.
can't be far away now, can it?
This roar is a
Maurice, dearest, you do have a tendency to state the obvious.
How now, brown cow? Ha! Donnie would have been in stitches had he heard that.
Don't just stay in there ruminating. Let's go, 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 mate.
No other creature in creation can compare.
Gods be damned. You cows smell something fierce.
There isn't a goblin to be seen around here. We should go before they come back and decide to have veal for lunch.
That derriere is driving me datty.
You may be too tough and wiry to be eaten, but I'm as soft and tender as a newborn calf, thank you very much. Which is something I do not intend to share with a famished goblin or any other carnivorous creature.
How now, brown cow? Howdy. Lovely day for... Ha! Like hell. Goblins round here swarm as thick as flies round my cattle show. You wish to partake in a polite little parley about our respective prospects, purposes, and expectations in life, do you? Rotten, cotton-picking nonsense, that. I'm Roy. I'm in the animal trade. And instead of knocking back cheap rye in Silver Glen, I'm stuck in a friggin' forest surrounded by Aye, my latest set of merchandise. Joy to herd 'em, that lot, until they crap all over your shoes, that is. Won't cost me fortunes on bootblack's wages much longer, though. Bought 'em for cheap from Berkshire back in the city, and I'm about to sell 'em dearly indeed in sacred stone. Full of lunatics, that place, or so I've been told. They'll slice these beasts from ear to ear the moment they can get their hands on them. Use the blood in rituals or some such. Lunatics, right? Madman.
My Dory.
Must you, Donnie? Bah, some thug from Seal he was. Figured right, I did, until we met them goblins. Now, you can have balls bigger than that bull over there, but it takes a fair bit of wit and cunning to beat a goblin at not but your typical mining settlement is Silver Glen. You know the kind. No kidding. Ferocious as a hungry... Oh, you'll provide protection. Like hell you will. You with your fancy weapons and armor, you rattle like a gypsy's wagon. Every damn goblin between here and the friggin'...
A shiny day to you. Your interest in my modest person truly flatters me. Mine... Oh, Maurice, darling, do be quiet. He never bothered to master the human tongue, you see. and is therefore holy.
Yes, that'll do, Maurice. He's just so excited, don't you know, as am I, to go to the golden pastures of Silver Glen.
Dear me. Slaughter? Blood? It's... bit late for that, innit? Trust you to raise a moot point, Maurice. Oh, kind human, have mercy on us poor animals. I cannot believe we are being led to our slaughter. Who would... I implore you, find a way to extricate us from this
You have my welcome. Now give it back and scarp her. What? You're soft of heart, are you? The poor dear... Seriously? Shut it! You think I risk life and limb for a bit of beef and mutton? Either you pay me in gold, or you leave me alone before all this chatter attracts the damned goblins.
Dear gods, I can picture it now. Humans with knives the size of swords.
This Roy's
We're
a
doomed,
cag,
Maurice.
my
doomed.
fluffy friend. We should make a run for it, mate.
Oh, you always say the sweetest things. But you may skewer one of them with your horns. Perhaps even as much as 5.
Try, you tough guy.
Skewer them all. Poor Maurice. We're doomed.
You have my welcome. What the hell now? They're yours for the money I was gonna ask them blood bunglers.
We have a deal, so let us...
Wonderful. Yes, come hand me that gold.
The hero of the hour, nay, the century. My champion, I am in your debt. Maurice...
Moo?
Well said, my dear Maurice. Well spoken indeed. But what should we... Perhaps we could seek those legendary pastures that nasty creature of a Roy described. They may well be real, for a man such as he hasn't the imagination to dream up such a lovely place. Though perhaps it is safer and more convenient simply to return to Sisale.
Agreed.
Yes, I had hoped you would say that. Oh...
You're wrong, but I'm not interested. Laters.
Flesh is the best conductor.
Great guns!
Once my heart tastes blood, it craves more.
Easy does it.
Blessed may you be by all 7 gods, dear champion. But for your timely intervention, I'm from Hunter's Edge, a hamlet to the east of here. Heed my advice, and stay well away from that pitiable place, for no human may walk there freely anymore. Those who escaped their initial frenzy, eluded their horrid hunger, were all enslaved. I myself, we merry 3 were the only ones. Go ahead. The goblins have been the ask me not one. Thanks again for...
I'm overheating here.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie. Warm as dragon's breath.
Crawling like a rat here.
As good as the new pin. A stitch in time, eh, my friends?
First you succeed, keep going! First time's the charm. I've been tainted. Transgression. Sodden all the way to my goose.
I can't keep up. Why are you all moving so fast?
From within the embrace of the cocoon of the eight-legged dame.
Sing a song of fate. Sing, we the weaver's chosen, or we the poison's bedfellow.
Our nest welcomes you, O wandering mid. We have devoted our manners. Whatever do you mean? We...
Within the embrace of the cocoon of the eight-legged dame, we shall live.
We know little of their customs. Who are we to tell them to flee their home? These worshippers exhibit pure courage. I, for one, admire it and shan't disturb them.
No, we'll...
You'd have us believe our queen endangers us? How could the favour of fan, the present of poison, frighten the weaver's own children?
And spin me into silken breeze.
Rotting puncture wounds. Smothering. But the weaver... Well, I do suppose we can worship her from afar just as well as from near. Children...
good as a new penny. Sweet relief. I need some new thralls.
I feel better already.
Without aid, I will expire soon.
Back on my feet again.
Sweet relief.
Something toxic courses through my veins.
Heaven have mercy on your soul.